when we started this, we had to invent it, really, you know. So I guess the craziness about it is just the volume of it. You know, it's not unusual to have used records or retail. It's just that what we've done kind of magnified it a little bit. It started as a bookstore called Allen's Bookstore. That was pretty good. Yeah, not a lot of thought went into that one, but we bought an estate, I think it was, with books and records, and the records kind of segued. You know, they obviously sold better than the books did, so you know, as we built bigger and bigger selections, it kind of took over the store. Well, it's a true mom and pop. Yeah, I mean, that's my wife sitting over there. Yeah, it just and our son and daughter worked here growing up. Part of it is the fact that we pay attention to the, I guess you could call it the culture of music. We collect the technology of that recording and display it for people like the old Victrolas and stuff, so that, you know, it's all that continuity with time since the invention of this device. You know, and we enjoy it, so we expect other people to kind of come and enjoy it too. We've been around 35 years, so we've been waiting 20 years for people to come back to records, but yeah. But we always had faithful customers to vinyl.
We know a lot of our customers by first name. People are very loyal. They keep coming back regardless because we treat them well. Some people are in the right mindset that if they shop small, they keep the money in their economy. So it all goes together. But so we've always had a very close-knit, you know, thing going on. And we've been very lucky with employees. We've had employees for, I mean, none of them are here now, but our longest term employee was 14 years, which is a lot. I mean, a long time in retail.
In the early 80s, around 82, 83, when CDs came out, we thought, okay, people are trading in their records and going to CD and getting rid of their turntables, and we said, well, here's something that obviously has potential, so we continued to buy, and we literally traded people CDs for their record collections, thinking that I just didn't realize how long it would take for them to come back. And yeah, it did take a while, but we got an awful lot of material because people were discarding something that was perfectly wonderful. I always tell people that a lot of the people that work in the industry and work with digital technology, most of them, when they collect analog records, and they listen to analog. So it took a while for the general public to catch on, and Record Store Day is a part of that. You know, just to understand that there's a lot of new releases on vinyl, that vinyl isn't going to go away, not like 8-tracks. You know, that's
It's warmer. People say, I don't hear it. Well, they really need to hear it side by side. You know, and they take, you know, an analog recording which just has more fidelity, and it's just something about it.
CDs are simple and easy and nice, and you know, if you're going to travel, CDs are wonderful. You know, you got them in your car, you got them in your Walkman or whatever it is. That's great. You're not going to do that with your records, but for listening at home, nothing beats it. When Best Buy in Circuit City opened up, we lost 75% of our income, and that's hard to take. Some people, probably 4,000 or 5,000 stores in this country closed because they couldn't compete with those things. But we had 2 or 3 million pieces of vinyl, so it wasn't like we could kind of get out of that business. Of course, they got the big titles. You know, they'd get a Rolling Stones release, and it would come with a T-shirt and everything else, and it was only available at, say, Target or Best Buy, and that was kind of, I thought, unfair. But hey, it's a competitive world out there. Once the big box chains came to town, they literally took all of that business. So you go from 14 or 15 employees to 2, you know, in a 2 or 3 year period of time. Yeah, I mean, and we were right to be worried. When they discount, you can't compete against price. And I used to tell people, with a CD that was available at, say, Best Buy for $11.88, wholesale for an independent was $11.70, and you can't make a living off of 10 cents. You know, it's just 10, 20 cents. So what we did was just essentially stop selling new product and continue to sell used, and we continue with the records. So as the chains have faded, then we're back in that business again. Some of them are gone, and we're still around.
I think overall, though, we did pretty well to, you know, the upswing of vinyl helped us kind of regain a lot of our business. I would say we had a couple of pretty lean years.
I think the whole idea of Record Store Day is to focus that attention on independents as opposed to the chains.
The people running Record Store Day is a very small outfit, and there's not that many employees doing it. They do a fantastic job. It is a huge, huge thing to do, and I'm sure it takes them all year. They're probably already working on next year's Record Store Day, and it's a huge event to put on. So I hope that it will grow.
Distribution, the way it works around the country is if there's, I don't know how many stores are participating, but if there's 2,000 stores in the country participating and there's only 1,000 copies, that puts it pretty thin on the ground. So it's a little wild in the last few days because you don't know what you're getting or how much. And the phone's ringing off the hook that people want to know. There are no chains that get any of this stuff. I mean, and I think that was the feeling generally for the last few years. We were watching the chains getting real nice big releases that were exclusively available at major chains.
I want to let everybody know thank you for coming out to Banana's Record Store for Record Store Day.
Yeah, this was monster. It was just terrific. I couldn't be happier. It just, there were a lot of great releases. That's the first thing, that there was good music coming out, and that we actually got some. That was another positive. We got a lot of the things that we weren't sure we were going to get. I know people were real happy with what we got and what they got. It wasn't like overwhelming confusion or anything, which I like. It's all a learn as you go process. Some stores just piled the things up and everybody just
We're hoping it's not a fad, and it won't be. If the industry has talked about, I read in Rolling Stone magazine that they really feel like 3 years is about the life left of the mass production of compact disc. If that holds true, then all there's going to be is vinyl again, and downloading. Well, we know downloading is going to be an ongoing thing because that's the new thing for the industry. That's not going to go backwards. As technology evolves, it's always going to be that. But I think there's going to be a certain amount of people who always want to have something tangible, and vinyl's going to be their format because they're not going to make anything else. If they have anything in the wings, I haven't read about it. We're not getting any younger, and it's funny because I have a lot of customers say, God, I hope you guys stay around because, we've been in business 35 years. I hope you guys stay around. And I look at them and I say, it's going to end someday, we're not getting any younger, and we don't know. We don't really talk about that part of it very much, and we don't have any plans to retire. And if I could get somebody that I thought would run the store as well as we do, we might hand over the reins more and have more semi-retirement, but I don't see that I just don't see it in the near future. We're very hands-on people, and we make sure that we know what's going on in our store, and I just don't see that happening anytime soon. No.
We carry some things here that don't sell a lot, and that's because of our love of music. There's some sections here that only see a customer once or twice a month. And that's not, what would you say, the proper commercial way to run a place. But I don't want to see it go, people don't buy a lot of classical albums, but we've got them. And we have a huge section of it. Easy listening and pop vocals and foreign artists. And so it's, I always tell people most of our sales are rock and roll, but you can find anything here. You know, we don't limit the music.